in the draft, and he lasted until the second round. What's happened for him? Running backs, I hate to use the word devalue, but people are going to take them.
He takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The return is Tariq Cohen. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
On the tackle.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Lions take over 1st and 10.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
DeAndre Swift, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He gets the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
1st and goal.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Alvin Kamara there to make the grab as the Bears push further front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
We remind you lots more to come here this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
This funny part where you often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hockenson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go way up as he gets more comfortable with the NFL game. A nice catch right there for a 1st down.
First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Stafford will try and set up the screen to Swift. The ball comes out, but I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Given 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 36-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Stafford. That one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
A 50-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12.
Bears 22. Lions.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Owen on the return.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Mahomes now on first down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. The big fella. The 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Jimmy Graham, 72 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead. Santos now to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Look at this. Middle of the field. Breakaway. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Santos with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Cairo Santos set to.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. To return, here's Agnew.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
To the air again. Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
I'm starting of feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Hill on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up in the Twin Cities. Minnesota playing host to NFC North rival Green Bay. And at halftime, it's the Packers who have built up a good-sized lead. Aaron Jones, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Gardner Minshew, throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. David Moore, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
They're going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there that time, actually.
What, do you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
A fumble on the play.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Stafford's pass.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field.
Down in the air, now it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
36-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Complete.
A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
And the Bears.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Anthony Miller there to make the grab. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
The kick is good.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
10. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Jamal Agnew on the return. The Lions take over first and 10.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Third and long, it's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Watch out for Hill on the return. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Bears take over first and 10.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Allen Robinson. 49 yards. And the Bears continue to pour it on.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. A good-looking return set up here.
Jamal Agnew on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
45-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield, because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 44-yard line.
Now a carry for Lindsey, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20. And the Chicago Bears are in the end zone.
Chicago.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. To return, here's Agnew. A dangerous return man showing it here.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. Incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Hill shedding the tackle. And he's loose again.
I like it.
Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown, Chicago.
So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
To return, here's Agnew. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
At the 39-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
It's second and inches at the Lions' 18-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
Incomplete.
Now it's Mahomes again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Graham. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Flush to it, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now the point after try for Santos. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Santos now to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. To return, here's Agnew. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense set to take over. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Down there, but it's incomplete. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 10, Stafford.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again at Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. And this throw is going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 35.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes team...
Oh, and he lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now the point after try for Santos. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. To return, here's Agnew. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. Partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll be a gain of 16. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One last throw here for Stafford. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And that offensive touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. You have grades for each position. Browse available players to improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.
I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the 100.